Welcome back to Golden Boy Live. We love having you guys as a part of this. And our next Golden Boy Live on Fox Sports 1 is going to be on March 17th, and it's a very special edition of this show. It's a St. Patrick's Day edition from Boston. Now, it's got a great lineup, including Dublin's own Jamie Kavanaugh in an 8-round lightweight bout. It also includes some of New England's top talent, including undefeated heavyweight Alexis Santos and even 2012 Irish Olympic silver medalist John Joe Nevin. Again, that is March 17th, Golden Boy Live from Boston. So, Barry, Paulie, guys, make sure that you're wearing your green for that one, okay?
I've already got it on, as a matter of fact. Two Irish guys fighting in Boston on St. Patty's Day. Are they going to be crowd favorites?
Yeah, I'll say so.
All right, that brings us to our second fight of the evening, and really, I'm looking forward to this fight. It takes place in the middleweight division and features two guys who look to take that next step. Paul Mendez, kind of a local product. He's from down the road in Delano, California, against Raul Casarez, and he's been there against the best in the division, and he's got something to prove tonight, he feels, against Mendez. Let's talk first of all about Paul Mendez. He's got about 40 people in the crowd here tonight rooting for him, so that's not going to be an issue for him.
No. I think you know, it's something he's used to. He's fought here before. You know, I think Mendez is going to try to take the energy from the crowd and use it to his advantage and to gain some momentum off it.
Yeah, he's in one of those situations, and I think you can relate to this certainly as a fighter, but he says, I love to brawl, but it's just I have to fight the urge to do that. He's going to have to do that with this guy tonight.
Well, Casarez is a guy who loves to trade and you know, look for the exchanges, so Mendez will be probably smart enough to, you know, mix it up a little bit.
And here is Casarez, and they call him El Tigre, the Tiger, and he's got the hair to match.
Yeah, I've seen him fight a few times. Always does that with his hair. It's kind of his MO kind of thing, you know. And so it'll make some interesting character. He's a guy who comes to fight. He makes for some exciting fights. Good clash of styles between him and Mendez, because Mendez can be lured into a brawl, but he also can box very well. So if Casarez can get him into a brawl, we may have a pretty good fight here.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm really looking forward to this fight. Let's take a look at the numbers, see how these two match up with one another. And Mendez at 24 years old, 3 years younger than Casarez, and also a couple of inches taller, 3 inches taller, as a matter of fact, than Casarez. And he's going to have a pretty good size reach advantage. 76 inches to 72 inches, and that would mean if he can rely on his jab and keep Casarez off of him, that might be the bottom line to this fight. But I think a very good matchup. Let's meet him now as we take it to the center of the ring, and here once more is Joe Martinez. Joe.
And now, fight fans, we are set to go with our co-featured bout of the evening, 10 rounds scheduled for the IBA Continental Middleweight Championship. Presented by Golden Boy Promotions in association with Don Chargan Promotions, Paco Presents, and Jorge Marron Productions. This bout is sponsored by Corona Extra, La Cerveza Más Fina, and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. The three judges scoring at ringside on the 10-point bus system: Marshall Walker, Susan Thomas Gitlin, and Mike Tate. And when the bell rings and the action begins, your referee in charge is Marco Rosales. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing gold trunks tonight with tiger print, he weighed in officially 160 pounds even. This veteran brings 20 victories with 4 defeats and 9 knockouts into the ring tonight. Fighting out of Edinburgh, Texas, he is the former WBO Youth Champion. Here is Raul El Tigre Casarez. And next his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing silver trunks, he weighed in also 160 pounds even. His professional record is outstanding with 14 victories, just 2 defeats, 2 draws, and 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the current IBA Continental Middleweight Champion from Salinas, California. Here is Paul El Gallo Negro.
All right, gentlemen, we've already gone over the rules. Obey my commands at all times and protect yourself at all times. Touch them up, we're going 10.
And with that, we are set to go. Casarez says, I have to fight a different fight. I've got to fight smart tonight. He's coming off He won his last fight, but it was a close fight, split decision fight against a fighter with a 9-11 record. Prior to that, he was stopped by a guy named Raymond Gadica, who was 11-1 at the time, and then a forgivable loss to Alfred Angulo.
Yeah, I saw the Angulo fight. He got caught. You know, he says he wants to fight a smart fight, but Mendez is very tall, so I think he's going to have to work his way inside to kind of take away the reach of Mendez. Mendez is the kind of guy who, when he's comfortable, will like his space and set up his offense, but you can lure him into a fight if you push him the right way.
He told us yesterday, he says he's at peace for the first time. He got married in December. He said Melissa, you can see her name is on his trunks right there, and said he's absolutely in love with his wife. His 8-year-old daughter told him just before this fight, his daughter Vivian, who's watching tonight, said to him, listen to your corner, be smart, Dad. Good advice, huh?
So anytime you go into a fight, you want to have a corner you can trust and be able to listen to them.
Meantime, Mendez starting early here. Mendez, the local favorite, to be sure. Good jab from Mendez, very good jab.
It's never easy to go into the opponent's hometown. You know, you got to fight not only the opponent, you have to fight the crowd. You know, you have to wonder whether they can sway the judges with every punch your opponent throws. So a lot of mental things you have to battle mentally, along with trying to follow and execute your own game plan. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see how Casarez reacts to all this as the fight wears on, because Mendez showing a good jab here in round one.
Yeah, he really is. And I think Casarez has got to answer questions about himself. I mean, he's had 3 tough fights in a row, even though he won one of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mendez coming underneath.
Mendez also, you know, fighting in front of his home crowd, a loud and vocal crowd. Sometimes it's hard to stick to the game plan because you're so excited. You want to impress your fans and your family, you know?
And he said his instinct is to brawl. That was a good shot. And another nice combination. Quick right up the middle.
And that's where Mendez wants to be right there. That's like his kitchen right there, where, you know, he wants to cook and eat right from there, so to speak. You know, that distance, those long arms, you know, use that jab, use that long right hand. Keep Casarez out of punching range, yet at your own punching range. There it is again with the right hand. As Casarez going straight back. I'll tell you right now, if you fight a tall fighter, going straight back is not the way to go. You will not have to work hard to reach you, and Mendez reached him right there with the right hand.
That's a very quick and effective jab, too, Mendez.
Again, my opinion, Casarez is going to have to work his way inside and try to stay there. I mean, I know he wants to fight a smarter fight, but here he goes straight back again. He's catching some of those on the glove, but he's not able to follow up because those right hands, as he's moving straight back, Mendez can just continue to throw them.
10 seconds left in a very effective first round for Mendez.
There it is right there. He got underneath it. Okay, maybe he didn't get his own work in there, but at least he smothered Mendez's work. You get a reset and you can start again. Going straight back is not the answer there.
End of one.
Demasiado despacio está. Si no le haces presión y este round te lo llevó.
Golden Boy on Fox is brought to you tonight by Corona, La Cerveza Más Fina. By O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
Ya te calentaste por primera round.
And see if you can draw that right lead. And if you can, counter with the left.
Okay.
We got 10 rounds. Take it nice and easy, nice and loose. Don't get stupid and shoot it out with this guy, all right? I'll pick it up just a little bit on the jab and see if we could get a little a counter going off your feint. And then we'll counter that. You got me? But stay on the outside like you're doing. Don't get too anxious when he's on the rope. Fire your shots.
And there you see the shots here. Casarez is going straight back. Yeah, he's some of those right hands, he's catching him on the glove, but he's going straight back, and that's kind of leaving Mendez to work in his wheelhouse. Here at the end of the round, Casarez gets underneath the right hand. He gets cut a little bit, but that's what he wants to do. He wants to get underneath that right hand, cause a reset. If he goes straight back, he gives Mendez momentum on his right hand, and he also continues to leave distance where Mendez can get the leverage on the right hand.
That's how Casarez grabbed his left hand, Mendez, and he hit him with the right hand. Casarez clearly got the worst of that. You know, the other thing too, worthy of mention, I think, I really liked Mendez's corner. Very calm,
Yeah.
one voice, not too much advice.
Yeah, not too much advice, but I like what the advice they did give him.
Yeah.
Continue to work off the jab and don't get too anxious. A lot of times Mendez, if there was one thing to critique him about, he waited to throw the jab. Like right here, see there's a dead spot. He should be jabbing or feinting. One or the other he should be doing. He should be controlling the distance with either jab or feint. And they told him not to get too anxious. Sometimes he'll wait, and then he'll just throw a combination instead of working his way behind the jab. Sometimes during those dead spots, if you feint or jab, control the distance, you can work your way to a combination. Casarez is giving him a lot of time. Casarez should be rushing, in my opinion, but he's continuing to stay out there. So he's giving Mendez options. Mendez should take advantage of those options.
Big swelling under the right eye of Casarez now. That's something that could really blow up in a hurry.
Yeah, they're going to have to work on that in the corner with the end swell. Again, though, if you're Casarez, you don't want to give Mendez these options. You want to take away some of the options by forcing him to work, get your way inside, and force him to work. Right now, by continuing to work on the outside, you're leaving Mendez to make the decisions of what he wants to do. He can continue to jab you. He can decide when to exchange or when not to exchange. He can get back on distance like he just did there. You're letting him dictate the pace.
Very nice combination there by Mendez. Quick jab in the right hand, right behind it. That eye, though, is going to take some attention, I think.
Yeah, Casarez not jabbing. That's why he's looking for a big shot instead of jabbing. You know, you can jab with a jab or you should hook with a hooker. Casarez should at least be using that jab to keep Mendez busy. Even if he gets the worst of it, continue to use it. Keep Mendez busy so that Mendez can't get comfortable setting up his offense.
Again, a double jab. He missed the right hand, but Mendez not quite as busy with the jab as he was in the first round, but still being effective.
And that jab, he can't miss it. If he uses it, he'll control the whole fight with that.
There it is again, 3 times, 4 times. And then Casarez gets there.
And that's what Casarez has to do. Nice two-handed attack to the body there, but he's got to be more consistent. Mendez will want to keep it outside. That's his wheelhouse.
It'll be interesting if there is a sense of urgency with Casarez now when he gets after this next round, because that kind of swelling, I've seen it so many times in 3F2 where it can really blow up just right now.
Yeah, it can get out of hand in a hurry if you don't get to work on it in the corner.
All right, we're coming to the end of the second round, and again, a very good round for Mendez. Don't go away, we're coming back to Salinas.
Meet the boys, hit our...
You can definitely hear the crowd here for Mendez. He's trained and lived in Salinas for the past 2 years. He says it's a very close community and he feels good having the city behind him. And those who actually couldn't make it here tonight are having watch parties, including the local casino, which promised to have every TV on this fight.
All right, thanks, Jessica. And they're going to like what they're watching so far from Mendez.
And I like Casarez's attitude coming out. Get in there and work. His corner told him, don't come in straight from straight in. You know, you got to come in from the angles laterally. You work your way inside laterally, but you got to work your way in. He tried that as the round started, but now Mendez has him where he wants him again.
He's right here in the corner. Mendez, good right hand, drops him.
Again, he left too much.
And he went down hard.
A lot of weight on that right hand.
It's over, that's it. Casarez will not get up.
Casarez should have been ducking into Mendez's chest. Instead, he was ducking, pulling out. Once we get the replay, I'll explain more. But you got to take away the leverage from the right hand. Casarez actually went with it and gave it leverage. And Mendez took full advantage.
And they will keep Casarez down. I mean, this is something that's just done in boxing now, and it's a very smart thing to do. They'll make sure that he's okay before they even try to get him to his feet. And he does seem to be alert. He's talking with the referee, Marco Rosales.
At the end of the fight, Casarez had just come out attacking, but then he gets back into the corner. He's still trying to fight, but he's reaching out a little bit. Mendez, you like how he's measuring him with the right hand, with the jab first. Casarez has got to step into the chest of Mendez. Instead, he allows Mendez to continue to measure him with that jab. Mendez is not really even using the jab except to probe. But what it's doing is it's keeping Casarez at the proper distance to get maximum leverage on the right hand. Right there is where Casarez should have been stepping in. Instead, he kind of backed off into the ropes and gave him the extra space, and Mendez took full advantage. And when you have a tall guy coming down with the right hand, he gets all his weight on it. There it is again, right there. Casarez can be in that exact position, but he steps into the chest. Instead, he stays in the exact position, but he steps out, gives Mendez all the room to throw the right hand.
Right,
and a hard right hand.
that allowed him to pronate that punch, and that was the difference upside the head.
The only difference right there is Casarez has to step into the chest. If he puts his head in Mendez's chest, there's no move. Mendez has to back off.
He didn't, and the result is a loss for Casarez and a very good win for Paul Mendez, who runs his record to 15-2. We're coming back. The numbers in this fight, Paul Mendez doing absolutely everything. I mean, the numbers tell you everything you need to know about the fight. 55 punches landed to only 19 for Casarez. 153 thrown to only 88 for Casarez, and a high connect percentage as well. And it ends in a knockout. Very impressive performance for him. Let's make it all official now as we take it to the center of the ring. And here once more is Joe Martinez. Joe?
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes officially. 43 seconds, round number 3. Your winner by KO victory. He is still the IBA Continental Middleweight Champion, Paul El Gallo Negro Mendez.
Took only 43 seconds of round number 3, and it was over. And right now, the winner is with our own winner, Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie?
All right, Paul. Well, first off, fighting in front of your home crowd, how's that feel? You know, it doesn't look like it affected you in any negative way. Talk to us about that.
Felt, you know, not at all, man. We felt very comfortable coming into this fight. The thing is, I got a great team behind me, man. Garcia Boxing, they've supported me. They're gonna get me to the top, and it's not gonna be hard. It's not gonna be an easy road, but we're ready for it, you know.
It never is. It never is. But the way you look tonight is utterly impressive. Talk to us about Casarez. What was the game plan coming into the fight?
Well, we knew he was a puncher, you know. We knew he wanted to suck us into a brawl, and we weren't going to do that. We were going to fight smart, keep him at distance, and hopefully land that right hand or left hook. And it was a good thing the right hand landed, you know.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at some action from the fight. Take us through it.
I was just keeping him at bay with the jab, setting him up for that right hand. You see him, I use it as a range finder, you know, the jab, and then land that hard right hand, and it happened.
Same thing there. Yeah, we noticed, and I brought it out during the fight, that you were using the jab as a rangefinder. He kept going straight back. Was that something you picked up on and it allowed you to get the right hand at the proper distance?
Yeah, I was surprised he was going back, so I thought he was going to be coming forward. So when I see him stepping backwards, I said, I'm going to have to follow him. I'm going to have to follow him and not get caught with no looping hands, no looping hooks. So the right hand landed, and good thing, too.
Yeah, it seemed like you got good leverage on it, and you ended the fight. You were working with Golovkin and Andre Ward for the fight. Tell us a little bit about that.
I mean, they're good work. I worked with them before, not actually for this fight, but I worked with them before, and they're great people, both of them, and good. And shout out to Robert Garcia's gym for having us there. I had good sparring there. Thanks to them, man. Get well, Uncle Steve.
All right, Barry, we're with the winner, Paul Mendez. He's a happy guy tonight in front of his hometown. Back to you.
All right, thanks very much. And he is a happy guy. He did a really good job. I mean, he has every reason to be proud. He's 15-2, and as they used to say on the old TV show, moving on up. Andy Vences and Dominic Coca will be on stage when we come back right after this.